Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Polish ebook before it's gone.
Hello everyone, welcome to Top Polish Words. And today we will be doing top 25 Polish phrases. My name is Marzena. Let's start. So the first phrase is cześć. Cześć means hello in Polish. So when you meet your friend, you can say cześć, which would be like saying hello. But then again, you can use cześć to say bye as well. For example, when you meet your friend, you can say cześć, and then when you have to go back home, you can say cześć again. So this one is pretty useful. So our next phrase is dzień dobry. Dzień dobry means good morning in English, but actually what it literally means is dzień, which is a day, and dobry, which is good. So actually what you are saying, it's good day. That's why we can use it through the whole day, not only in the morning. You can say it in the evening as well, or in the afternoon. You can say it to your friends or to your family and to a person you don't know as well. So feel free to use it anytime you want. And our next phrase is dobry wieczór. Dobry wieczór means good evening, literally means good evening. For example, through the whole day you would say dzień dobry, but at the end of the day you would say dobry wieczór. Now, actually, a lot of people, it's very difficult to know when can you start saying that, when can you start saying dobry wieczór instead of dzień dobry. So a lot of people I know starts with like dzień dobry, they want to say dzień dobry, but they notice it's already evening and they say like dzień dobry wieczór, which is the funny way of saying that. You can try it if you want. Dobranoc. Dobranoc means good night. So you would usually use it before going to bed, when you want to say bye to your family or to your friends and just you are sleepy, you will just say dobranoc. Dobranoc, it's one word, but it actually came from two different words. So like dobra, which means good, and noc, night. So it literally means good night, but it's one word right now. The next phrase is jak się nazywasz? Jak się nazywasz? Which means, what is your name? If you meet a new person, you can use it, but remember that this phrase will be better to use with people of the same age or people younger, because it literally means, what is your name, not what is your name, sir, or what is your name, ma'am. That's why it's not too good to use for like older people. It's better to use it for your friends, for people the same age, or for younger people, for children as well. So once again, jak się nazywasz? And the next one is nazywam się. So obviously if you ask jak się nazywasz, what is your name, you have to answer that, and that's nazywam się, which means my name is. For example, nazywam się Marzena. So the next phrase is miło mi ciebie poznać. Miło mi ciebie poznać. Which means it's nice to meet you. So obviously when you meet a new person, you ask jak się nazywasz, and you answer nazywam się, like nazywam się Marzena, and then at the end you usually say like it's nice to meet you, and that would be miło mi ciebie poznać. So the next phrase is jak się masz? Jak się masz? Which means how are you? Now, the funny thing is that we don't really ask that a lot in Poland. I mean, we do, but not as often as you do it in English. So when you ask somebody jak się masz, how are you? Be careful, because this person can actually give you the real answer. The next phrase for today is dobrze, dziękuję. A ty? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Dobrze, dziękuję. A ty? I'm fine, thanks. And you? As I told you before, this may not be the answer that you will get. Some people will say so, but some people will just start talking about their problems, about their life, and instead of just getting I'm fine, thank you, and you, you will get the whole life story of this person and all the problems and everything related. So be careful when you ask this one. It's usually good to ask your friends, people you are closer to, with whom you really want to talk a lot, and then you will get an answer, longer answer. But of course, if you are asked and you don't want to talk about your life, you can just say, dobrze, dziękuję, a ty? Proszę. Please. Proszę. Proszę means please in English, and you can use it, for example, when you give somebody something. So like, proszę. Or when you ask somebody to do something, like, proszę, proszę, zrób to dla mnie. Please, please, please do it for me. So going to the next phrase, dziękuję. Dziękuję means thank you in Polish. Well, you can use it to basically anybody you want. When somebody passes you something, you can say, and saying proszę, you can say dziękuję. When somebody invites you inside, saying proszę, proszę, you can say dziękuję as well. When somebody offers you tea or coffee, you can say dziękuję. If you don't want it though, you can say nie dziękuję, which means no, thank you. Nie ma za co. Nie ma za co means you are welcome, but what it actually literally means is there is nothing to be thankful for. So we usually say dziękuję, and the other person would say nie ma za co. Next phrase we have here is tak. Tak means just yes. Whenever you want to say yes, and it's basically the same as in English. So, for example, when you want to use tak, if somebody asks you, do you want a tea or do you want something to drink? And you can say tak. Or you can say, actually adding please, tak, proszę. And when this person passes it to you, you can add dziękuję. The next phrase is nie. Nie means no. For example, if somebody offers you something to drink, if you want it, you can say yes, please, which would be tak, proszę, or tak, poproszę. But if you don't want it, you can say nie, or you can say nie, dziękuję, adding thanks to that. So, do you want something to drink? Nie, dziękuję. And next phrase is dobrze. Dobrze means okay. So, for example, when your friends asks you to go somewhere, or like, do you want to go grab something to eat together? And you can say tak, or you can say dobrze, let's go. Yeah, sure, okay, let's go. Or if they ask you if you want to go together for a trip, you can say yeah, sure, dobrze. Yeah, I want to go. The next phrase is przepraszam. Przepraszam has many different meanings. So it can mean excuse me, but it also can mean I'm sorry. So you would see a lot of Polish people mixing excuse me and I'm sorry in English, because it's actually one word in Polish. So for example, when you stepped on somebody's leg, you can say przepraszam. When you did something wrong, you can say przepraszam. When you want to pass through like crowd of people, you can say przepraszam, przepraszam, and find your way out. If you did something wrong, you can say przepraszam as well. So it's actually a pretty useful one. So it means excuse me, but it means I'm sorry in the same time. Przepraszam. Przepraszam means I'm sorry. Actually, the next phrase is która jest godzina? Która jest godzina means what time is it? If you want to ask somebody, excuse me, what time is it now? You can say przepraszam, która jest godzina? So let's go to the next one. Another very useful phrase. Gdzie jest toaleta? Gdzie jest toaleta? Which means where's the toilet? So gdzie means actually where. Jest means be or to be, and toaleta is toilet. So gdzie jest toaleta means where is the toilet. So if you are in a shopping mall or in a restaurant and you want to ask, excuse me, where is the toilet, you will say, przepraszam, gdzie jest toaleta? The next phrase is poczekaj chwilkę. Poczekaj means to wait, and chwilkę means a moment, and together it means wait a moment, please. When you see your friend going somewhere, but you still want to talk to him or her, and you can just call them and then say, poczekaj chwilkę. Ile to kosztuje? Ile to kosztuje means, how much is this? When you go to a shop, you will say, przepraszam, ile to kosztuje? So, excuse me, how much is this? Przepraszam, ile to kosztuje? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Can I get the check, please? So imagine you are sitting in a very nice Polish restaurant eating pierogi or any other wonderful Polish dish, and you've just finished and you just want to get your bill. So you would just call the waiter saying przepraszam, and then you will add czy mogę prosić o rachunek? And the next one for today is pomocy. Pomocy. This means help, and I hope you will not have to use this one anytime soon. But if you're ever in danger, if you ever are in a very dangerous situation, which I hope you will not be in Poland, you can use this one, saying pomocy. Do zobaczenia. Do zobaczenia means see you later. You can use it when you speak with your friends and with your family or with anyone basically, because it's not super formal, but it's not only reserved to your closest friends. So like for example, we started this one with cześć, which was hello, but it was bye as well. And this one you would use when you speak with your friends, you would say cześć. But then for everybody else, your friends included, you can say do zobaczenia, which means until we see each other again. Potrafię dobrze mówić po polsku. I can't speak Polish very well. Nie potrafię means I can't. Mówić means to speak, and then po polsku means in Polish. So nie potrafię mówić po polsku, it literally means I can't speak Polish very well, or I can't speak in Polish very well if you wanted a very literal translation. When you start learning the language and you are still not so good and you meet like people and you want to tell them that your Polish it's not so good or it's not super good yet, you can use this phrase. Nie potrafię dobrze mówić po polsku. Thank you guys for watching. This was top 25 Polish phrases. And if you like this video, remember to give it a thumb up and leave some comments below. If you have any questions, you can leave it as well. And for more words and phrases, go to polishpod101.com. Thank you and see you again! Hello everyone and welcome to Polish Top Words. So today we will learn top 25 Polish verbs. Być. To be. Być. Być actually means to be. So yeah, you can say like być albo nie być, which just means to be or not to be. And of course, in Polish, all those verbs will be changing, depends on the person. So for example, if I want to say I'm happy, I would just say jestem szczęśliwa. Lubić. To like. Lubić. Lubić means just to like something. So whenever you're asking somebody, what do you like? Or you want to say, I like this. You would use this verb. Of course, change it depending on the person. For example, you can say, lubisz lody? Do you like ice cream? Robić. To do. Robić. Robić means to do. So you can say, what are you doing today? Co dzisiaj robisz? Mówić. To say. Mówić. So when you translate it to English, it just means to say. You can get angry at somebody. Nie mów takich rzeczy, which means don't say such things. Wyjaśnić. To explain. Wyjaśnić. Wyjaśnić means to explain. When you're angry at somebody or you don't understand something or you want to ask for help and you want to say, can you explain this? You can use this one and you can say, możesz to wyjaśnić? Can you explain this? And depends on your tone, it can be asking for a favor. Możesz to wyjaśnić? Or it can be getting really angry at somebody and just willing them to, explain why they did it and say, możesz to wyjaśnić? Słyszeć. To hear. Słyszeć. Słyszeć means to hear in English. And for example, you can say, słyszałam, że tu mają dobre pierogi. I've heard they have good dumplings here. So if you're a girl, you would say słyszałam, I've heard. If you're a guy, you would say słyszałem. So słyszałam, słyszałem. It will change a little bit depending on the gender. You can basically take this sentence and put something different at the end and use it as a kind of set phrase. Słyszałem, że, słyszałam, że. Iść. To go. Iść. Iść means to go. So when you want to ask your friend, where are you going? You can say, gdzie idziesz? Wiedzieć. To know. Wiedzieć. Wiedzieć is translated to English as to know, and it is a little bit tricky verb because people often confuse it with another verb, znać, and both actually are translated as to know into English. So, for example, you can say, nic nie wiem. I do not know anything. Nic nie wiem. I do not know anything. Widzieć. To see. Widzieć. Widzieć means to see. So if you saw like something very weird on the sky, like something that looks like a plane and it's not, and you are not sure if you are actually seeing it or not, you can ask your friend if he or she is seeing it too, saying, widzisz to? You see this? Przyjść. To come. Przyjść. To come. For example, you are at the party and you want to know who is coming. So you ask your friend who is the organizer. Kto przyjdzie na przyjęcie? Who is coming to the party? Myśleć. To think. Myśleć. This one is pretty important since it means to think. When you go shopping with your best friend and you are trying on different clothes and then, you see her in a very, very nice dress, you can say, myślę, że ci to pasuje. I think it suits you. Patrzeć. To look. Patrzeć. Which means to look. So, for example, you can say when you saw something weird and you want to show it to your friend or something interesting, popatrz tam. Look there. Chcieć. To want. Chcieć. Which means to want. If you have everything you ever wanted and you don't want anything anymore, you can say, niczego więcej nie chcę. Which will literally mean, I do not want anything more. Dać. To give. Dać. Dać means to give. So when you go out and you meet this nice guy or a cute girl and you want to ask them for their email address, you'd ask them using dać. Dasz mi swój email? Will you give me your email address? Używać, to use. Używać. Używać means to use. When you see this thing that you've never used before and you want to say, okay, can you help me because I've never used it, you can say, nigdy tego nie używałem, means I've never used it before. Or, nigdy tego nie używałam. If you are a guy, you would say, używałem. If you're a girl, you would say, używałam. Znaleźć, to find. Znaleźć. Znaleźć means to find. Imagine your friend brought you a nice dress and which you are going to wear at a party, but you don't really like it. It doesn't sit you well and you want to ask her to find you something better. So you can say, może uda się znaleźć coś lepszego, which means maybe we can find something better. Wychodzić, to go out. Wychodzić. Wychodzić means to go out. It's actually a verb that consists of two parts, which are written together. So wy means like outside, and chodzić means like to walk. So wychodzić means to walk outside, which is just go out. For example, let's imagine you live with your friend and she is going out somewhere and you want to ask her what time are you going out. You can say, o której wychodzisz? Zapytać, to ask. Zapytać. Zapytać means to ask. Sometimes when you want to ask for something which is very difficult to ask for, and, you know, just to be nice, you want to say like, can I ask you something? In Polish you can say, czy mogę cię o coś zapytać? Or you can even ask, excuse me, can I ask you something? Przepraszam, czy mogę cię o coś zapytać? Pracować, to work. Pracować. Pracować is an interesting word. It actually means to work. So you can use it when you want to say, I have never worked in such a company. Nigdy nie pracowałam w takiej firmie. Or if you're a guy, you would say, nigdy nie pracowałem w takiej firmie. Wejść, to enter. Wejść. Wejść means to enter or to come in. Well, when your friend visits you and you want to just say, please come in, please, or just, you know, you can say, wejdź proszę, which means literally, come in, please. Czuć, to feel. Czuć, to feel. This one can be pretty useful if you want to say that you don't feel well today and you want to skip work or skip your classes or just cancel some appointment. You can say, źle się dzisiaj czuję, which means I'm feeling bad today. Próbować, to try. Próbować. Próbować means to try. Let's say your friend is visiting and you made this wonderful food, amazing dishes, and you want him or her to try it. You can invite them saying, spróbuj to, which means try it. Zostawić, to leave. Zostawić. Zostawić means to leave. When you are angry or irritated and you don't want people to talk to you and just leave me alone, please, you can say, zostaw mnie w spokoju. Zostaw mnie w spokoju. Which means leave me alone. Zadzwonić, to call. Zadzwonić. So, zadzwonić means to call. And let's say somebody calls you and you cannot really talk right now, so you want to say, okay, I will call you back later. You just say, zadzwonię potem. I will call later. Biegać, to run. Biegać, to run. If you are not one of those sporty person and you don't really like running is totally not your thing, and you want to say, you know, well, friends invite you, but you are like, sorry, that's not really my cup of tea, and you want to say, sorry, I don't like running, you can say, nie lubię biegać. Nie lubię, or just say, lubię. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching Top 25 Polish Verbs. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments. And for more videos and more vocabulary, go to polishpod101.com. Thank you again and see you next time! Hello everyone and welcome to Polish Top Words series. My name is Marzena and today we will learn 15 favorite words chosen by fans. So let's start. Chrząszcz, beetle. So the first word is, and I promise you this is the most difficult word you will ever learn in Polish, as for the pronunciation, is chrząszcz. I will just say it again. Chrząszcz, which means beetle. Yeah, so we use it a lot for tongue twisters. Like, for example, a very famous one is chrząszcz brzmi w Szczecinie, w Szczebrzeszynie, which means beetle sounds in the reeds in a town called Szczebrzeszyn, which makes it even more difficult to say. Chrząszcz brzmi w Szczecinie, w Szczebrzeszynie. Ah, yeah, that was correct. Córka, daughter. Córka. Córka means daughter, and if you want to say like your little daughter, you can say córeczka, which is a bit sweeter way of calling your daughter. If your daughter is studying Polish, you can say moja córka uczy się polskiego, which means my daughter is learning Polish. Cześć, hello, cześć, which basically means hello. And for example, if you meet your friend, you can say cześć, jak się masz? Hi, hello. Hi, how are you? Cześć, jak się masz? Just be prepared to hear the very, very long answer for the part how are you. Ile to kosztuje? How much is this? Ile to kosztuje? How much is this? So you go to a shop and you see an item and there is no price tag, which still can be pretty common. And you want to ask, how much is this? You just say, ile to kosztuje? And a good answer for that would be, for example, 35 złotych i 20 groszy, which means 35 zloci and 20 groszy. Kochać, to love. Kochać. That one is very good for Valentine's Day. So kochać means to love. And for example, you know, you love your sweetheart, but sometimes you don't really understand this person. So you can say like, kocham cię, ale czasem cię nie rozumiem. Which means I love you, but sometimes I don't understand you. Kolega, friend. Kolega. Kolega means a friend. Now there's a very funny thing in Polish because we have another word. It's przyjaciel. We translate przyjaciel as a friend as well. But przyjaciel is a better friend. Kolega, it can be used as colleague in English, so it doesn't have to be very close friend. And it's always about guys. For a girl, you would say koleżanka. So kolega for guys and koleżanka for girls. If you want to introduce somebody and say still that this person is your very, very good friend, you can say, to jest mój najlepszy kolega. This is my best friend. And if this friend happens to be a girl, you can say, to jest moja najlepsza koleżanka. Niespodzianka. Surprise. Niespodzianka. Niespodzianka means a surprise, and this noun is actually very, very funny because it comes from two different words. So nie, which is basically a negation, means no, and spodzianka, it's from spodziewać się, which means to expect something. So it's like not expecting something or something that is not expected, which basically gives you a surprise. For example, imagine that you are in this long-distance relationship with your girlfriend, and then she doesn't say anything and she just comes to you with no notice, and you open the door and you're very surprised to see her there, and then you say, a to mi zrobiłaś niespodziankę. Oh, you sure surprised me. Polska, Poland. Polska. Polska means, well, Poland. So if you want to say that Poland is in Central Europe, you can say Polska leży w Europie Centralnej. Spać. Sleep. Okay, so the next word is spać, which means to sleep. And for example, when you meet your friend in the morning and you want to ask, like, did you sleep well? In Polish, we would say wyspałaś się, if that's a girl, or wyspałeś się, if that's a guy. I know that this wyspałaś się doesn't really sound like spać because we attach wy in front of it, but it actually is the same verb. Again, for a girl, you can say wyspałaś się, did you sleep well? Or for a guy, wyspałeś się? Super, awesome, super, awesome. Let's say you found out that your best friends are dating and you are so happy and you say like, super, to kiedy ślub? Awesome. So when is the wedding? Szczęśliwy, happy. Okay, so the next word is szczęśliwy, which basically means happy. Well, let's go back to this Valentine's Day, and when you are with your sweetheart and you want to say how happy you are with him, you can say, jestem z tobą bardzo szczęśliwa, which means I'm very happy with you. And this is something that a girl would say. If you're a guy, you just have to change this last part. Szczęśliwa, szczęśliwy. Pływać, to swim. Pływać. Pływać means to swim. If you go to the seaside with your friends and you want to tell them, you know, I'm not so good at swimming, so please watch me. And before something happens, you just say, nie umiem dobrze pływać, which literally means I can't swim well. Zdrowy, healthy. Zdrowy. Zdrowy means healthy. And there is this very common Polish saying that you can use. It's w zdrowym ciele, zdrowy duch, which means in a healthy body, a healthy mind. Oczywiście, of course. Oczywiście. Oczywiście means of course. Actually, a lot of my friends who are learning Polish, they say that this one is their favorite. And if somebody asks you for a favor and you want to say, but of course I will do it for you, no problem, of course, you can say, ależ oczywiście, but of course. Do zobaczenia później. See you later. Do zobaczenia później. And it means see you later. When you are going back home, you want to say bye to your friends, coworkers, classmates, or anybody else, you can say, no to do zobaczenia później. Well, see you later. Thank you for watching 15 favorite words chosen by fans. My name is Marzena, and if you like this video, please leave a comment and give us thumbs up. And if you want more videos or more vocabulary, please go to polishpod101.com. See you later! Do zobaczenia później! Hello everyone and welcome to Polish Top Words. So my name is Marzena and today we will learn 10 hardest words to pronounce in Polish. So are you ready? Let's go! Drożdżówka, yeast cake. Drożdżówka, yeast cake. So if you've ever been in Poland, you probably saw this deliciously looking cakes or like buns. And that's actually what drożdżówka is. We have it with marmalade, we have it with poppy seed, we have it with cheese, anything you can imagine basically. And they're delicious, so everybody remembers it from like when they were children and eating it almost every day and not getting fatter. So for example, if you like this one with poppy seed, you can say uwielbiam drożdżówki z makiem, which means I love the yeast bun with poppy seeds. Dziękuję. Thank you. Dziękuję. Dziękuję is just thank you. Yet it's quite difficult to pronounce. Dziękuję. So if you want to say thank you for everything you've done for me, you can say dziękuję za wszystko, co dla mnie zrobiłeś. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Książka. Book. Książka. Książka, it's a book. So if you see a book and you are not sure what it is and want to ask like what kind of book is that, what is this book, you just, look at it, you point at it and you say, co to za książka? What is this book? Chrząszcz. Beetle. Chrząszcz. I guess this is like, for me as a native speaker, it is probably one of the hardest words to pronounce, if not the hardest one. And chrząszcz means beetle. And for example, you can say, widziałeś tego chrząszcza? Have you seen this beetle? Cześć. Hello. Cześć. Cześć means hello. And you can use it as hello, and you can use it like as bye-bye. You just use it to your friends or among your friends, among like people of the same age. You don't really use it to elders or people you don't really know. For example, when you come in to a room and you see your friends sitting and doing something and you want to ask them, hi, what are you doing? What are you up to? You can say, cześć, co robisz? Oczywiście. Of course. Oczywiście. Oczywiście means of course. And let's say your friend asks you to do something for him or her and you want to say, of course I will help you. You are a good friend. You can say, oczywiście, że ci pomogę. Przepiękny. Very beautiful. Przepiękny. Przepiękny means very beautiful. Comes from piękny. Piękny means just beautiful. But if you want to say like very beautiful, like really beautiful, we will say przepiękny. Przepiękny. So, for example, you saw this wonderful sunset and you want to say it was very beautiful. You can say zachód słońca był dzisiaj przepiękny. The sunset was very beautiful today. Przerażający. Terrifying. Przerażający. Przerażający means terrifying. And horror movies are. If that actual horror was very terrifying, you can say, ten horror jest przerażający. This horror movie is terrifying. Let's watch something different. Przeszczęśliwy. Overly happy. Przeszczęśliwy. Przeszczęśliwy means overly happy, like very happy, like super happy, like you are just really, really, really happy. You can say jestem przeszczęśliwa. That's if you're a girl. Or if you're a guy, you can say jestem przeszczęśliwy, which means I'm overly happy. I'm really happy. Krzyżówka. Crossword. Krzyżówka. Krzyżówka means crossword. Well, let's say you love doing crosswords and your friend is asking you, oh, do you want to do this one with me? And you are like, no, sorry, thank you, I've already done it. You can say, rozwiązałem już tę krzyżówkę. I've already solved this crossword. Thank you for watching 10 hardest words to pronounce in Polish. And my name is Marzena, and if you like this video, please leave comments and give it a thumbs up. And for more videos and more vocabulary, please visit polishpod101.com. So that's all for today. Thank you and see you next time. Hello everybody, my name is Marzena and welcome to Polish Top Words. Today we will learn 10 questions you should know in Polish. So let's start. Jak się nazywasz? What's your name? Jak się nazywasz? What is your name? So if you meet somebody and you ask this person jak się nazywasz, you may hear an answer like nazywam się Ania. My name is Ania. Ania is actually a pretty common name in Poland. Or nazywam się Marzena. My name is Marzena. Jak się masz? How are you? Jak się masz means how are you? And you may hear an answer like dobrze, which means good. But actually, probably more often you will hear a very, very long answer and it won't be good. Because in Poland, it is not so common to ask, jak się masz. You do ask that, but you ask that only, people you are very close friends with. And you kind of need to expect a longer answer and that people will actually tell you the truth about their life and what wrong happened in it. And it's usually wrong because Polish people love complaining. So be careful with this one. If you don't have time for a longer talk, just don't ask it. Skąd jesteś? Where are you from? Skąd jesteś? Where are you from? So you may hear this question if somebody notices that you are not from Poland. And for example, if you are from America, you can answer z Ameryki, from America. So basically you just put z and then the country. Kiedy masz urodziny? When is your birthday? And if you make new friends, you may hear a question like kiedy masz urodziny? Which means when is your birthday? And a good answer for that would be just giving, the month and day. You don't have to answer in a whole sentence. So you can say, for example, 8 lutego. 8 lutego, which is February 8th. This is actually my birthday. Gdzie mieszkasz? Where do you live? Another question you may hear is gdzie mieszkasz? Gdzie mieszkasz? Gdzie mieszkasz means where do you live? And when you can answer like in details, telling the street, saying the street and everything else, or you can just, say mieszkam w Krakowie, which means I live in Krakow. Gdzie pracujesz? Where do you work? Another question you may hear in Poland is gdzie pracujesz? Where do you work? And it can be about the place or it can be about the company. So, for example, if you don't want to say the company or you are like, reluctant, you just want to say, okay, I work in Krakow, you say pracuję w Krakowie. If you want to say the company, on the other hand, you can just say pracuję w and change Krakowie, Krakow, to the name of a company. Jaki jest twój numer telefonu? What's your phone number? If somebody likes you really much, then they may ask about your phone number, saying, jaki jest twój numer telefonu? What is your phone number? So you can answer that saying, mój numer telefonu to 693 408 896, which means my number is 693 408 896. Just notice that in Polish we usually break it into like groups of 3 and we say not 693, we say 693, which is 693. Gdzie się nauczyłeś polskiego? Where did you learn Polish? Now, because studying Polish it's not so common and you don't actually learn it at school in a lot of countries, you may hear a question, gdzie nauczyłeś się polskiego? Where did you learn Polish? Well, you can answer, for example, w szkole językowej, which means in language school. Czy lubisz polskie jedzenie? Do you like Polish food? Another question you may hear as a foreigner is, of course, do you like Polish food? Which in Polish is, czy lubisz polskie jedzenie? Czy lubisz polskie jedzenie? You know, you can answer whatever you want, like if you like it. If you don't like it, don't feel, you know, like embarrassed and just say it straight, because people will just feed you with Polish food that you don't like. But if you like it, you can say uwielbiam, which means I love it. Kiedy przyjechałeś do Polski? When did you come to Poland? Now, once you come to Poland and you start living there, you will probably hear this one a lot. Kiedy przyjechałeś do Polski? When did you come to Poland? So, if it's like for you 3 years, you can say przyjechałem do Polski 3 lata temu. I came to Poland 3 years ago. And that's all for today. We learned 10 questions you should know in Polish. Thank you for listening. And remember to like this video and to check polishpod101.com. Thank you again and see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome to Top Polish Words. My name is Marzena and today we will learn 10 phrases you always want to hear in Polish. Świetnie dzisiaj wyglądasz. You look great today. So the first one is świetnie dzisiaj wyglądasz. You look great today. So that's a good one. You can say it to your friends. You can say it to somebody from your family. You wouldn't say it to a person you don't know, like, you know, random person on the street, which you do in some other countries. But everybody will feel better with this one. Świetnie dzisiaj wyglądasz. You look great today. Tęsknię za tobą. I miss you. Tęsknię za tobą. Tęsknię za tobą means I miss you. So this is something you would say to a person close to you, to somebody from your family. Well, somebody, you know, you don't have to address as a sir, a ma'am. You can write it to a person you love, for example, or to your mom, to your dad. Wykonałeś świetną robotę. You did a great job. Wykonałeś świetną robotę. You did a great job. This is a phrase, I guess, that you will hear at a company. Maybe your boss will tell you that, or your supervisor, or maybe your teacher even. But somebody you know who is above you and he will prize you for whatever you've done. Dostaniesz premię na koniec miesiąca. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Dostaniesz premię na koniec miesiąca. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Well, I guess bonuses in Poland right now are quite common. It wasn't like this 20 years ago. But right now in a lot of companies, you know, they want to make people like, they want to, you know, people to work better. They want people to try. So there is this system of bonuses in most of the companies in Poland right now. So you may actually hear this one if you work well. Dobrze gotujesz. You're an excellent cook. Dobrze gotujesz. Dobrze gotujesz means you are an excellent cook. And this is very important in Poland especially. We do love food and we do love, you know, our homemade food. So whenever you want to marry into Polish family, be sure to be a good cook. And we do cook a lot. We do cook a lot in Poland. We don't really go out, eating out. So phrase like, you know, dobrze gotujesz, it's a compliment and a very, very good one. Odpocznij sobie, dzisiaj ja posprzątam. Take a break, I will do the cleaning today. Odpocznij sobie, dzisiaj ja posprzątam. Take a break, I will do the cleaning today. That's something I would love to hear. We do, you know, like, there is this whole schedule to Polish Week, and because a lot of people still go to church on Sunday, and they don't work on Sunday, we usually do our cleaning on Saturday. It's like, I guess in a lot of other families, both the wife and the husband, they both, you know, engage in the cleaning process, and they both try to, you know, like clean the house. And then on Sunday, they both usually rest and start work from Monday to Friday. Wygrałeś, and you win. Wygrałeś. and you win! We've got this very popular lottery in Poland. It's called Totolotek, and you can buy it almost everywhere. There's the small kiosks where they sell it. And I guess a lot of people try to, try their luck. And I guess, I would be super happy if I won like 1 million zloty, which I never did. I guess the most I won was 200 zloty, which is like still $50, $60 maybe. Pretty good. Miałeś rację. You were right. Miałeś rację. You were right. It's difficult to say that somebody else was right. And I guess, like girls in Poland would admit it, like, oh, you were right. But guys are so proud, and I don't think they will do that. I don't think guys say that a lot. Przyniosłem ci coś specjalnego. I brought you something special. Przyniosłem ci coś specjalnego. I brought you something special. And this something special can be a piece of cake, wonderful Polish sernik, cheesecake, or like a flower or two. Budżet jest nieograniczony. The budget is unlimited. Okay, so the next one is budżet jest nieograniczony, which basically means the budget is unlimited. I don't think you will ever hear it in a Polish company, but if so, that's definitely something that will make you happy. And that's all for today. Once again, my name is Marzena, and today we learned 10 things you want to hear in Polish. So if you like this video, please remember to like it and remember to check out polishpod101.com. That's all for today, and see you next time. Thank you! Hello everybody, welcome to Top Polish Words. My name is Marzena, and today we will learn 10 phrases you never want to hear. So let's start. Coś ostatnio przytyłaś. Have you gained weight recently? Coś ostatnio przytyłaś. That's definitely something I don't want to hear, and I guess any girl in Poland. It's still not so cruel. You can say it in a more cruel way. This is still okay, and I guess you can say it to your friend, but I would be very, very cautious when using that, because some people can get offended. Masz siwy włos. You have a gray hair. Masz siwy włos, which means you have a gray hair. I wouldn't use it to anybody you don't know. I guess people can get offended by that, so only like use it with your closest friends. Maybe with family. But be careful, be sure to be careful when you use it, because, it's not something nice you want to hear. A nie mówiłam? I told you so. A nie mówiłam? I told you so. Ooh, something I guess a lot of girls will say in Poland. A nie mówiłam? Actually, if you're a guy, you would say a nie mówiłem. Everybody likes, to be right. And I guess this is something you can hear pretty often. Jesteś zwolniony. You are fired. Jesteś zwolniony. You are fired. Jesteś zwolniony, yeah. I guess, people are very direct in Poland, so this is basically something you will hear, like as opposed to some other countries, maybe not America, but like some other countries when they were sugar-coated. I guess in Poland they will be very direct, like jesteś zwolniony, you are fired, bye bye, see you again, never. To nie ty, to ja. It's not you, it's me. To nie ty, to ja. It's not you, it's me. I guess that's one of those breakup phrases you can use, and well, it's something that maybe, can make this breakup thing easier, but not really, no. It's something that will actually hurt the other person, so be careful when you use it. Dziękujemy za pański życiorys. Niestety już kogoś przyjęliśmy na to stanowisko. Thank you for your resume. However, the position has been filled. Dziękujemy za pański życiorys. Niestety już kogoś przyjęliśmy na to stanowisko. Thank you for your resume, however, the position has been filled. Well, actually, when we apply to a lot of different companies, sometimes you may get something like that as a standard email thing. Sometimes you may get actually nothing. And that's very common. You know, people don't really reply. If they don't hire you, they don't say anything. And you may actually experience that. It's not too funny. It's actually worse than getting an email like that. But sadly, that's true about a lot of companies. Powinniśmy zacząć spotykać się z innymi ludźmi. We should see other people. Powinniśmy zacząć spotykać się z innymi ludźmi. We should see other people. Well, that's tough. I guess it's another one of those breakup phrases that you don't really want to hear. And I haven't heard it so often in Poland, to be honest. I guess, you know, when you break up, you just break up. You don't start meeting with like other people and maybe eventually get back together. Nie mam dzisiaj pieniędzy dla ciebie. I don't have your money today. Nie mam dzisiaj pieniędzy dla ciebie. I don't have your money today. Well, yeah, lending money to your friends and your family, it's actually a common practice in Poland. In some other countries you may feel, you know, like you shouldn't ask for it. Not in Poland, not really. It's like, it's very easy to ask your friend to lend you money, but then you should actually give it back. So this is something you wouldn't like to hear, like, no, sorry, today I don't have your money, maybe wait a week or two or a year, another. Musimy porozmawiać. We need to talk. Musimy porozmawiać. We need to talk. And that is getting very serious. And this is something you can hear from your partner, at home, at work, at school, and it's never good. So just prepare mentally, go to this talk and get through it, because what else can you do? Przepraszam, zapomniałem. Sorry, I forgot. Przepraszam, zapomniałem. Sorry, I forgot. Well, if you forgot about date, then you are in a big trouble. If you forgot about something from work, they maybe, may go easy on you. So, in Poland, people understand that you can make a mistake. It's not so, it's not so big. And I guess there wouldn't be a big issue. So thank you for watching. This was Top Words in Polish. 10 phrases you never want to hear. So remember to like this video and check out polishpod101.com. Thank you again and see you next time! Hello everybody, welcome to Top Polish Words. My name is Marzena and today we will learn 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. So let's go! Dziękuję, ale nie jestem Polakiem. Thank you, but I'm not Polish. Dziękuję, ale nie jestem Polakiem. Thank you, but I'm not Polish. So I guess after long years of studying Polish, somebody can mistake you for an actual Polish person, and then you can say, oh, no, thank you, I'm flattered, but I'm not Polish. Dziękuję, ale nie jestem Polakiem. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. It took me only a year to become fluent. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. It took me only a year to become fluent. Nauczyłem się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. And if you're a girl, you want to change this nauczyłem się into nauczyłam się. Nauczyłam się mówić płynnie w ciągu zaledwie roku. Będę mówił po polsku jak Polak w 3 lata. I will speak Polish like a Polish person in 3 years. Będę mówił po polsku jak Polak w 3 lata. I will speak Polish like a Polish person in 3 years. That can be a goal for you to achieve and kind of something you can do. So please try. Good luck. Powodzenia. Uczyłem się polskiego przez 10 lat. I've been learning Polish for 10 years. Another thing that will leave people impressed is saying that you've been learning Polish for a very, very long time. And you can say, Uczyłem się polskiego przez 10 lat. I've been learning Polish for 10 years. And remember, if you are a girl, you want to change uczyłem się into uczyłam się. Mogę oglądać polskie filmy bez napisów. I can watch Polish movies without subtitles. Mogę oglądać polskie filmy bez napisów. I can watch Polish movie without subtitles. This is something that will really impress people, and I guess you can achieve it by watching a lot of movies and then studying Polish with polishpod101.com. These two methods combined will lead you to success. Potrafię zapamiętać około 50 nowych polskich słów dziennie. I can memorize around 50 new Polish words a day. Potrafię zapamiętać około 50 nowych polskich słów dziennie. I can memorize around 50 new Polish words a day. That's a kind of achievement, yet, think about it, it's not very difficult to do. So if you try to study with like flashcards from polishpod101.com, you can actually maybe able to do it in a very, very short time, go to up to like 50 words, because words are very similar and there are the parts that you already know, and that kind of helps you memorize. So be sure to think about it whenever you're learning a new word. Polski jest fajny i prosty w nauce. Polish is fun and easy to learn. I guess a lot of native speakers think that Polish is very difficult, and at this, so you can amaze them by saying Polski jest fajny i prosty w nauce. Polski jest fajny i prosty w nauce. Polish is fun and easy to learn. Well, I would be amazed if somebody told me that, so please try it out on your Polish friends. Mówię nie tylko po polsku, ale jeszcze w kilku innych językach. Apart from knowing Polish, I can speak a few other languages as well. Another thing that many people find amazing is if you can speak not only Polish but other languages as well. So in that case you can say mówię nie tylko po polsku, ale jeszcze w kilku innych językach. Apart from knowing Polish, I can speak few other languages as well. That's definitely something to amaze your friends. Uczę się polskiego samodzielnie. I'm learning Polish all by myself. Uczę się polskiego samodzielnie. Uczę się polskiego samodzielnie. Which means I'm learning Polish by myself. I'm learning Polish by myself. Polish is a very difficult language to learn, so learning it by yourself is actually very difficult. It requires some time, it requires effort, yet if you can do it, that's really amazing. Go for it. Nie mam najmniejszych problemów z polską ortografią. I have no problems with Polish orthography. So what is the most difficult part in studying Polish? Well, somebody would say it's an aspect, but I guess there is another part that's very difficult, and it's orthography. And actually orthography is difficult not only to foreigners, it's very difficult to Polish people as well. And we got a lot of people, not even our president can spell some words, so please watch news for that one. So if you want to impress somebody, you can say nie mam najmniejszych problemów z polską ortografią. Which means I have no problems with Polish orthography. That's actually cool. I do have problems with Polish orthography, so I would be impressed. Thank you for watching. This was 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. And did you try any of these? Which one works the best? Please let us know in the comments, and please remember to like this video. And for more words and for more lessons, please visit polishpod101.com. Thank you again and see you next time. Cześć! Hello everybody and welcome to Top Polish Words. My name is Marzena and today we'll learn 10 foods that will kill you faster. Okay, let's start. Boczek, bacon. Boczek. Boczek, it means bacon, and I guess it's a basic ingredient for lots of people's breakfast, yet maybe some people say it's not so healthy. I personally don't eat it, but I believe it's not so bad for your health. So if you are one of those people that really likes bacon and eggs for your breakfast, you can say na śniadanie jem jajka z boczkiem. For breakfast, I eat eggs and bacon. So bacon it's still very popular in Poland for breakfast, but I guess maybe even more, at least in my house, it was more popular for dinner, which we call supper in Polish. And I guess, a lot of people likes it, so, well, maybe it kills you, but what can you do? And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so enjoy your bacon. Napoje energetyczne, energy drinks. Okay, this one, I must admit that I drank a lot of this when I was the university student, and it's napoje energetyczne, which means energy drinks. So I didn't discover energy drinks till I was like a second year university student, and I discovered that all my friends are super awake because they are drinking all those, energy drinks, and I was the only one that didn't know about it. So, well, once I discovered the secret, I started drinking a lot, and I guess that's one of my big points. And you can get a lot of different energy drinks in Poland. Some are like Polish brands. You can get like 1 liter bottles or like 1.5. And we used to drink it before session, like before exams. We used to drink it like before exams. Me and my 2 friends, we gathered at my house and we were studying and we had exam every day. So we used to drink like the whole bottle. A person. And me and my friend, we are actually good, but my other friend, she got like, her heart started beating fast, so be careful, don't overdo it. But we used to sleep like 1 hour a day, so we really needed that. If you live very healthy and you don't really want to drink that, then you can say nie pijam napoi energetycznych, which basically translates to I don't drink energy drinks. And good for you. Przetworzone mięso, processed meat. Przetworzone mięso means processed meat. Tworzyć means to make, to create, and this prefix prze means like to repeat something, to do it like many times. It can mean different stuff, but I would translate it literally like go through that again or go through that. So go through the whole process of creation. And then meat that goes through the whole process of creation. So przetworzone, so go through the process. I guess that's the best explanation. Przetworzone mięso, processed meat. We've got a lot of meat in Poland, and obviously among that meat we've got processed meat as well. So you can actually say that w sklepach jest dużo przetworzonego mięsa. So you can say there is a lot of processed meat in shops, among all the other very good meat. So please be sure to try Polish meat, the one that is actually good and good for your health. Mrożone posiłki, frozen meals. Since Polish people really like home cooking and, everything that your mom or your grandma or your father or grandpa makes, since we really like it, we don't really buy a lot of these, but our next word is mrożone posiłki, which basically means frozen meals. So if you are, on the other hand, one of those people that actually buys a lot of these, you can say zazwyczaj kupuję mrożone posiłki. I usually buy frozen meals. Zazwyczaj kupuję mrożone posiłki. Chipsy, potato chips. Chipsy, which basically means potato chips. You can spell it with H, like kind of taken, like taking this, English spelling into Polish and then just adding the word ending, and it's chipsy. Or you can translate it or transcribe it into Polish spelling with C and Z. Actually, it's up to you, but I think that the English spelling is more common still. So chipsy. And if you're like me and you don't really like potato chips, I must admit I really don't eat potato chips at all. You can say nie przepadam za chipsami. Nie przepadam za chipsami. And if somebody offers you potato chips, saying nie przepadam za chipsami is actually a very nice way of saying no thank you. So basically what it translates to is I'm not a big fan of potato chips. Nie przepadam za chipsami. No thank you, no. Nie przepadam za chipsami. Margarine. This is something I'm not a big fan of as well, and it's margaryna. Margaryna means margarine, and a lot of people kind of thinks that it's better than butter. I myself, I think like butter. I'm a butter person. I don't like margarine. Yeah, if you do and if you use it instead of butter, you can say używam margaryny zamiast masła. Używam margaryny zamiast masła. I use margarine instead of butter. Używam margaryny zamiast masła. Śmietana, cream. Well, I cannot say it's unhealthy because it's like a base of a lot of very, very good Polish dishes. So please don't think it's unhealthy. Please don't think it's going to kill you. It won't. And it's śmietana. Śmietana means cream. And you use it to a lot of Polish dishes. I personally love this one called mizeria, where you put like cucumbers and then you add śmietana, which is cream. So you put cucumbers, you add cream, you add salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of lemon on the top of it. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. It's the best salad ever. And yeah, we call it a salad, which you can have with your dinner or your lunch. Please try it out. And if you are not sure if somebody, like if you're not sure if your friend likes śmietana or not, you can say, or you can ask him or her, lubisz śmietanę? Do you like cream? Macaron instant, instant noodles. Another thing that is supposed to be bad for your health, and I guess it is, it's macaron instant. And we've got a lot of food that is instant. Macaron, which is noodles, is one of those. Macaron instant means just instant noodles. And of course, it may be not too good for you. That doesn't mean that you don't want to eat it. So when your friend is going shopping and you want like one of those, cup noodles, you're just hungry and you don't want to cook, you can ask him or her, kup proszę makaron instant. Please buy instant noodles. Kup proszę makaron instant. Please buy instant noodles. Cukierek, candy. Cukierek basically, when you look at this word, you can see this familiar part when you know how to say sugar in Polish. It's cukier, and then you see this cukierek. It's like, oh, this lovely little sugar piece of sugar, which is supposed to be very better for your health, and I guess it is. I'm personally not a big fan of that, but cukierek means a candy. And a lot of Poles, we like mint candies. So you can say lubię cukierki miętowe. I like mints. Lubię cukierki miętowe. I like mints. A lot of people in Poland do, especially older people, but not only, it's actually probably the most popular type of candies in Poland. Napój gazowany, soda. Next one is something I wouldn't touch myself. I was a big fan of those, but I'm not anymore. Quit that maybe 10 years ago, and that's napój gazowany. Napój gazowany, which means all the types of soda. So napój gazowany is basically anything carbonated, and you can, for example, say nie powinno się pić napojów gazowanych. You should not drink sodas. Remember, nie powinno się pić napojów gazowanych. You should not drink sodas. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Today we learned 10 foods that will kill you faster. Which one of these do you secretly like? Please tell us in comments, and remember to like this video, and for more words and more lessons, please go to polishpod101.com. That's all for today, and thank you again. See you next time. Cześć! Do zobaczenia! Hello everyone, my name is Marzena, and today we will learn 10 ways to remember words. So here we go. Powtarzanie, repetition. Powtarzanie. Powtarzanie means repetition, so for example you can say powtarzanie jest najlepszą metodą na zapamiętywanie. Powtarzanie jest najlepszą metodą na zapamiętywanie. Repetition is the best way to memorize. And that's true, actually. Some people say that you have to repeat a word maybe 5, 6, 7, and sometimes even up to 12 times to really, really, truly remember it. You have to see it in different sentences. That's actually what's working. So remember to always repeat whatever you learn. Oglądać telewizję z napisami. To watch TV with subtitles. Oglądać telewizję z napisami. To watch TV with subtitles. So another very good thing is just to watch TV with subtitles. And you can say, często oglądam telewizję z napisami. I often watch TV with subtitles. That is a very good thing to do if you, for example, watch it in Polish and then you have subtitles in Polish and you can kind of try to match these words with the sounds you hear. Or you can even try subtitles in English but still listen to Polish and, oh, okay, I know this word. Oh, that's this one word in English. That's a very nice thing to do. Or do it the other way around. You can watch TV in English and then have subtitles in Polish and try to match between the words. Ćwiczyć poprzez pisanie. To practice by writing. So, for example, you can say, ćwiczę nowe słowa poprzez ich pisanie. I'm practicing new words by writing it. Ćwiczyć poprzez pisanie, or in other words, practicing by writing, it's a very good way to memorize new words. As people say, you know, it's your hand that will remember it. And that is true for languages with different alphabet, but that's actually true for Polish as well. Even native speakers, when they go to elementary school, they practice all those difficult spellings by writing it many, many times until we remember it, until we memorize it. Czytać na głos. To read out loud. Czytać na głos. To read out loud. So for example, you can say, wieczorami czytam na głos ulubione książki. I read my favorite books out loud in the evenings. That's another good way to practice new words, and not only new words, to practice grammar as well, of course, your reading skills. I remember when I was studying different foreign languages, and I did study a little bit when I was in high school, and then when I was at the university, all my teachers kept on like reminding me to practice it and to practice to read out loud. So I did it before bed, before going to bed. I was reading out loud like this short dialogues, and it really helped me. It helped me remember not only the words, but the sentence structure and also the sound, the riff of my language. Tworzyć powiązania pomiędzy słowami. To create associations between words. Tworzyć powiązania pomiędzy słowami. To create associations between words. That's another good way to do it and another good way to memorize something. So for example, you know the word dom. Dom, which means house, in case you didn't, but you probably know it, dom. And you hear this new word, which is domownik. You don't really know this one, but you kind of know this dom part. So if you connect it to the house and there's nik, maybe you know pracownik with the same ending, nik, and pracownik is a worker, so a person. So there is house and a person, domownik. So it's a person living in a house. Any person living in a house is domownik. Zapamiętać poprzez słuchanie. To memorize by listening. Zapamiętać poprzez słuchanie. To memorize by listening. So, for example, you can say, najlepiej zapamiętuję poprzez słuchanie. I memorize the best by listening. For some people that's true. So some people are better with reading and some people are better with listening. And you need to try a lot of different stuff to find your thing, and don't really stick with one thing. Even if it's easier for you to maybe memorize by reading, try memorizing by listening as well to learn the sound, to remember to memorize the pronunciation, and the other way around as well. Czytać proste teksty. To read simple texts. Czytać proste teksty. To read simple texts. So for example, you can say, czytam dużo prostych tekstów. I read a lot of simple texts. And that would be actually my recommendation to you whenever you study any language, Polish and any other language actually. It's very good to just read simple text. Don't use your dictionary. Just choose very, very simple text. If you really cannot get it, if it's too difficult and you really have this urge to grab a dictionary and check this word and that word and many other words, then you are not really reading. So choose a very, very, very simple text that you actually know, most of the words, like 95%, and try to go through it. And believe me, you will learn grammar that way, you will learn new vocabulary that way. That's the best way to learn new things without actually learning. Or actually without doing anything. That's a very good thing. Słuchać piosenek z tekstami. To listen songs with lyrics. Słuchać piosenek z tekstami. To listen songs with lyrics. For example, you can say, codziennie słucham piosenek z tekstami. I listen to songs with lyrics every day. And if you really like music, that may be a way of studying new words or remembering new sentences, phrases for you, because with the melody, it just come into your head without trying to memorize it very, very hard. So be sure to try that one too. Rozmawiać z kolegami. To talk with friends. Rozmawiać z kolegami. To talk with friends. For example, you can say, używam nowych słów rozmawiając z kolegami. I use new words when talking with friends. And of course, that's the best thing you can do when you want to practice. So if you want to practice language and once you memorize something, it's very important to practice it. If you don't try to practice, if you don't try to use it, it's just a simple word. You may be memorized, but you cannot use it. You cannot do anything with it, and so it's useless. So why did you even spend this time trying to memorize it? So be sure to practice, practice, practice. Use the words you've learned. So don't be shy. And remember, even native speakers, when they were like 1 year old, they couldn't speak the language. So why are they so good right now? Because they were practicing for like 20 years, 30 years. So be sure to do that too. Grać w gry. To play games. Grać w gry. So to play games. And you can say, gram w gry po polsku. I play games in Polish. So some people don't like study with books, and that's okay. Some people don't like reading too much. That's okay too. But if you don't do anything, that's, a problem, because you are not learning the language. And if you are really, really motivated and you want to learn the language, but you don't really like to read, you don't like to talk too much, then you can try something simpler or maybe more fun, like playing games. And there is a lot of very, very famous Polish video games or games in Polish, like you can try The Witcher, for example. And if you already passed it, you can try it again and just do it in Polish, in the language of the game, and just have fun. Okay, that's all for today. And today we studied 10 ways to remember words. If you want more content like that, go to polishpod101.com and remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you again and see you next time!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Polish ebook before it's gone.